Agreed, but there's no
Most
social.
of the time.
There's no.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, I'm talking about the last year. What I've been.
Exactly. We're talking about the same thing.
Between, let's say, when they really locked that shit down, and then there was a little blip in the summer. There's not really a lot of ways to meet people other than the internet. So
I just
the
focused
kills have been on those.
I focused on my work.
Listen to you, fucking hear y'all, man. Oh my god, I met through the year, because I had a couple dates in the fourth quarter that were pretty sweet. Because there was no restaurants open, a lot of jokes were like, now they just got to come to the crib, which they did. Anyways, friggin', to try and like make it like restaurant-y, like I'd make a I'm gonna attempt this, guys. I made a charcuterie plate. Charcuterie plate. Fuck. I grabbed some nice bottles of wine and I had a few dates. I remade the charcuterie plate.
Charcuterie plate with craft singles. And all this shit.
That's good. Yo, it's just like having
cheese strings.
It's an expensive Lunchable.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
For sure.
It's fucking what it is.
With jams that you would never normally buy.
But that was the go-to date when you made like, oh, come to my place, couple bottles of wine, and because I had a fire at the time, I just moved downtown, so shout out to that. But I had a fire, so I'd be like, come to drink some wine in front of the fire, I'll have a charcuterie plate, da da da. I met this girl. This was pretty funny, and I met this girl. Anyways, she comes over, and I chef this full charcuterie plate. Like I was like trying to figure out, okay, I'll get this cheese, that cheese.
You chefed a plate. You didn't have to cook.
I did. It was pretty much chefing to me, nigga. So I was like dicing it. And
I chefed it. I took that shit out of the package and I put it on the cutting board.
No cap, bro. So I put this shit up together. Listen to this shit. I fucking put it together, sliced it up. I diced it. I put a little fruit on there. I cracked the wine down. This girl gets to the front door, whatever, blase, comes upstairs. She sits down. She's
allergic to dairy.
She's crushing the wine, by the way. We'll get to that part. She goes, oh my God, this looks so nice. And I'm like, yeah, I like it, like being all upbeat. And she's like, listen to this. I'm a vegetarian. And wait, we're gonna break this down. Because my Rogan came out at me.
Well, vegetarian or vegan?
Whatever. Potatoes, bro. I don't give a fuck. Sawdust cookies.
The difference is literally if she eats the cheese or not. Did she eat the cheese?
She had the cheese. She had the cheese? But we're going to get around it. Okay. This is a sick story. Now
if she's trying to claim veganism.
This is a good story. Yo, listen to this. So, friggin', she's crushing. She's crushing the cheese, whatever, and crushing the wine.
Jesus.
And I'm like chatting with her, and I'm like.
Trying to.
She starts.
Jesus. Ooh, Gorgonzola.
No. Listen to this shit. This is golden, yo. So,
fish crackers.
So I'm like talking to her, and I'm like, when did you become a vegetarian? And she's like, oh, I try. It's kind of new, but like it's in the last like a year or so. And I'm like, do you miss meat? I'm like, and she's like, oh, a bit. She's like 4 glasses deep at this point. I'm like, I look at her. I'm like,
I already know.
No, you don't. You actually don't know. I look at her. I'm like, just have a bit of meat, yo. Just try it. Just try it. I know you miss it. Just like, I'm not gonna tell anyone. The environment's not.
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
This, that, and this.
Making secret packs with vegans.
Shit, bro. She had one piece, Jeff, and I'm talking to Jeff behind the camera.
Of what? Nuts. Like a pepperette?
She had one piece of a pepperette. Mocked the whole thing. She crushed the board. She was going for laps. She's like, yo.
She gave up.
She crushed it. She was like,
doing
oh my
burpees.
God, I love this. She just started crushing the whole plate. Anyways, I'm like, yeah, right? You missed that elk meat, right? No, I'm just kidding. I was
Joe Rogan, yeah.
But that's what I mean. I'm like, see, this is a farce. You need meat. Anyways, I was like, you feel better now, don't you? Anyways, so she ate the meat.
What if she was just hungry?
That too. She's showing up for the female.
Yeah. She's like, fuck it. I haven't eaten, and I didn't have breakfast today. So I guess I'll try this pepperette.